So what exactly has got James Downer posting the facepalm emoji today? Well, Rivian's next generation autonomy hardware and software platform. 11 cameras, 5 radars, and LiDAR. Here's more.
Rivian's developed its own artificial intelligence chip for its future cars. That gamble might pave the way to fully autonomous driving.
Hold up a second. Here was me. I mean, I saw this from Doomberg and I thought, because I never watched these before, I want to react in real time. I thought this would be a typical conventional breaking news thing with Ed in the studio with his suit going, hey, Rivian's... This is, I can tell already with the fucking background music and the B-roll. This is a planted piece in the media. The nice music, the production... Okay. Here was me thinking that they'd be explaining the technical detail. No, this is actually a big, gigantic fluff piece for this, obviously. Let's see. We'll skim the whole thing, B-roll, produced. It's edited ahead of time. So they've announced this, in conjunction with Doomberg as a massive... Okay, so it looks like Doomberg officially now a Rivian stock fluffer. Should we watch this? I mean, I guess we should. But this is sketchy. You understand, right? This is a planted piece in the media from Rivian. And hey, Doomberg, hey, let's partner together and tell the world / our investors about this great new attempt to solve autonomy. Damn, dude. You know what? We might get back to this. The big news, Rivian going to be using LiDAR. Yes, LiDAR. You know that technology that Elon Musk, about 6-ish years ago, said anyone relying on LiDAR was doomed? The same guy who years later has a company legally operating LiDAR-free Robotaxis in Austin, in California, and scaling widely. Same guy. He was right. Yet today... oh, fuck me. What are you doing, Rivian? More recently, Elon Musk shared some thoughts replying to Google's chief scientist about Waymo, who at that point in time, he posted, I don't think Tesla has anywhere near the volume of rider-only autonomous miles that Waymo has, which is 96 million for Waymo as of today. The safety data is quite compelling for Waymo as well. Now, if you're a regular viewer, you'll have seen me recently doing a deep dive into this after the Waymo co-CEO self-immolated, claiming there was a lack of transparency at Tesla around safety, when in fact it was the opposite case. I went over it. If you didn't see the video, too bad. If you did, you'll remember. Well, anyway, Elon Musk replied to this. Waymo never really had a chance against Tesla. This will be obvious in hindsight. And in fact, if you understand the technology, it's not really obvious. It's been obvious for years, but still taking time to play out. I would take this comment seriously from Musk. He warned people against LiDAR, yet Waymo continued for years with LiDAR. Although, admittedly, it's a skill issue. They couldn't solve autonomy without it. So they've inhibited and encumbered themselves. They won't be able to scale rapidly. They haven't developed general autonomy. Good fucking luck competing with Tesla as their Robotaxi fleet scales. Perfect chance to loop back to this Rivian fluff piece on Doomberg, where they're announcing their new hardware stack, which includes LiDAR in 2025. Probably not going to enter production until at least 26, right? Oh, fuck me. Now, I do need to say something in Rivian's defense. Tesla doesn't want to fuck around licensing FSD to extremely low volume manufacturers, including Rivian. So Rivian may have been interested in licensing this technology and using the Tesla hardware, e.g. cameras plus the FSD chip and the software, but unless Rivian was willing to pay enormous amounts for Tesla's time on this very low volume project, it wouldn't have been worthwhile for Tesla, so they probably said no, if Rivian were even smart enough to inquire. Now, the reason, of course, is for Tesla's big brain engineers to spend even 1/4 of a second to redirect a single brain cell toward helping another company adopt Tesla's FSD software. It's got to be worth their while. They've got to be doing massive scale, right? So Rivian, rocking a hard place, probably doomed. I keep saying it. I'm not a hater. I'd like them to be successful, but I doubt they will be. Now, don't get me wrong, of all the EV startups, they're clearly doing the best, other than Tesla, of course. That's not saying much, though. So Rivian probably didn't really have a choice here. And I'm actually going to do my best to let this whole, 4-minute video play out without interrupting. I'll share some thoughts at the end. Just keep it in mind. LiDAR, just being announced. Rivian, 26. And strangely, via a planted fluff piece in the finance media, kind of weird. Perhaps they're about to ask shareholder permission to raise capital via massive dilution to execute on this project, and really wanted everybody to see this wonderful, well-presented, polished piece on Doomberg, so everyone who owns Rivian stock, rest in peace, can get behind the idea.
A lot of the tech world imagines a future where we don't own cars at all. We're talking about fleets of robotaxis that are summoned through an app, maybe no steering wheel or driver controls at all. But Rivian's in the camp that does see people owning their own cars in the future and being willing to pay top dollar for a software platform that allows the car to drive itself. If this idea seems familiar, Tesla has been selling a version of it for years. Full self-driving supervised is not technically full autonomy if you read the fine print, but it can get you from point A to point B without needing to put your hands on the steering wheel. Rivian's path to autonomy is rooted in two big bets. The first, a custom AI chip developed in-house, which marks a big break from NVIDIA.
This is a RAP1 chip. It's a multi-chip module. In the middle is a Rivian designed custom silicon surrounded by memory on two sides. The decision to build an in-house was based on a very rigorous analysis.
Dude, I tried to say I wouldn't interrupt. I couldn't help myself. It was based on a really rigorous analysis of what can we say to sound like we're Tesla to create more confidence in our current shareholders. How can we copy Elon's homework and sound like a clone of Tesla, which they're trying to do here, by the way, as best they can. This is 100% Rivian desperate to instill confidence in their current investors. I guarantee you. Now, they're probably doing a good job. I mean, if people own Rivian stock, you know, the bell curve is real. So this kind of thing, oh, look, a nice thing on Rivian's building their own chip. That's got to be successful automatically because Tesla's doing it and Tesla's successful. So Rivian will be successful because that's how it works.
Analysis of the benefits we could come, and those benefits are velocity, or ability to get to market very quickly with it, performance and cost.
The second, a major change in how Rivian vehicles see the world. The next generation Rivian R2 will have indented LiDAR sensors in it.
It's not just about the compute, it's also about the sensors, and it's about how they all come together.
Bro, I'm very bad at not interrupting. So as I've said in the past, if you need LiDAR, it is a skill issue. Again, there's give or take 1 billion examples of a dual camera neural net system fairly competently driving vehicles today. They are called human beings, okay? Do you know anyone who's ever driven a car? Have you ever driven a car? How'd you do it? 2 optical cameras, no fucking LiDAR. Wow. It is absolutely unnecessary unless your software sucks shit, either because you don't have sufficient data and or you just can't develop great software. Now again, I mean, what's Rivian going to do? They don't have a huge amount of data from a huge fleet, but this very point, Tesla years ago also had radar and mentioned explicitly that they were discovering that multiple sensors was occasionally creating a disagreement, and then what do? It was creating noise. Long story short, more sensors equals less capable, less safe software. The fact that Rivian's talking this point up as if it's a good thing, when years ago Tesla disclosed in great detail in a super autistic presentation about the issues they were having with radar and camera fusion. God, Rivian's living at least half a decade in the past. I don't think this will end well.
This is Rivian Mark 1.
What the Gen 3 architecture does with compute levels that are dramatically expanded. So just to put some numbers to this, at the platform level, 1,600 sparse tops. Right. We can process 5 billion pixels per second, beautifully integrated LiDAR. That raises the ceiling to allow us to take your eyes off the road.
This will cause some debate. Tesla vehicles only use cameras as sensors for their systems, and what Elon Musk's company has always argued is that other sensors like LiDAR or radar are too expensive to scale.
Now hold up a second. Ed, this may of course been mentioned in passing. If you're putting sensors that you don't need on a vehicle, you're spending money you don't need to spend. But the core point has never been from Tesla, oh, it's too expensive, therefore we can't use it. It's 1, we don't need it, vision will work. And then 2, in fact, anything other than pure vision, including radar, causes confusion and makes the software worse. So delete. It's never been about cost. That can be mentioned in passing. But Ed presenting this as the first point is missing the mark. Tesla hasn't been trying to save money by not using LiDAR and radar and gaydar and sonar. It's simply, we have proof of concept 1 billion humans can drive without LiDAR, without radar. And then, through the process, Tesla discovered that even their own radar was causing issues. They disabled radar in existing vehicles that had radar and removed it from future production. Not to save money, but to improve the capabilities of the software. Sensor confusion wasn't good. Let's see if Ed at least points this out after his initially off-the-mark point about cost.
Until now, Rivian didn't really have an autonomous system. It had advanced driver assistance tools powered by cameras and radar. And Rivian used NVIDIA chips as the brain in the vehicle to interpret the world around it. Rivian says its new AI model will keep improving those older cars too, eventually adding capabilities like hands-off point-to-point driving. Rivian doing its own chip and ditching NVIDIA is a surprise.
On the Rivian processor side, this represents a significant cost savings to us. There is a lot of margin, of course, in the semiconductor space, and working directly with TSMC, we have a great relationship with them.
The new hardware is the unlock. It should allow Rivian to go from that driver assistance software in its existing lineup to true autonomy in the next Gen R2.
And the next big step is personal level 4. And what I mean is the vehicle can operate empty. It can operate without anyone in the driver's seat. It can pick your kids up from school. It can drop you at the airport. It's a complete shift in how we think about the vehicle experience.
Looking back, this was the company that pulled off the 6th largest IPO in US history, and it was
something, the bell curve is real. Now again, not a hater, but at the time I pointed out Rivian's valuation did not seem to make sense. A lot of people got real fucking mad and butthurt. You're just an Elon fanboy, you're a Tesla fanboy, shut up, shut up, Rivian's the next Tesla. Let's check in, Rivian. All time, down 87.36%. That stock chart looks like you could roll a truck down it. Now again, this is no comment on Rivian's products, their sincerity, just a reflection of the reality of the vast majority of people who bought Rivian stock around IPO being retarded. Yes, I said that because it's true. Retarded. Oh, Rivian's going to make electric vehicles. Tesla did very well. Tesla stock went up a lot. Therefore, Rivian will go up. It's not like Rivian has to compete with Tesla. And it's not like they have to do multiple nearly impossible things, which Tesla made look relatively easy, even though it nearly killed Tesla along the way as well. Everything's going to be fine. Loading up on Rivian stock. Rivian was, I believe, briefly valued at over 150 billion US dollars.
First to market with full-size battery electric pickups and SUVs, beating out Tesla, Ford and General Motors. But today, Rivian's struggling with the basics. Production of its EVs hasn't really scaled. Rivian's sole plant in Illinois is capable of building 250,000 units a year, but in 2025, it probably won't hit 50,000. The truest representation of that struggle, the stock is at a fraction of its peak.
I'm actually kind of impressed that this fluff piece has anything at all, even slightly negative about Rivian in the end. But just to be clear, Rivian's stock being down roughly 90% from its IPO high isn't actually a reflection of how well or not well Rivian's business is currently doing. It's just a reflection of how absolutely fucking retarded people were buying this company around 100 plus up to $150 billion valuation when they done literally zip and had to compete against Tesla, whereas Tesla didn't do multiple impossible things and were likely to end up exactly where they are today, yet people couldn't see it.
Stock is at a fraction of its peak. Right now in the world of tech, you have to have something to say about AI, and Rivian is diving deep into autonomy to appease its investors.
Bro, this motherfucker, he's finally come good. He's actually right. I mean, Ed's called it here. This is 100%. I said it at the start of the video when I realized this was an overly produced thing, right? They've obviously pitched it to Doomberg and Ed's gone, yeah, I'd love to talk about this. Nice little exclusive Doomberg for Ed. But he was willing to call a spade at the end here. Impressive. I have to say, I think James Dowmer summed that up perfectly. Massive face palm. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.